Hello teacher Happy and everyone. My name is Kamlan Pamongsa. Today I'm going to present about teaching English at international. For the present today I'm focused about teacher role. So for the content today is the first is introduction, second is the problem statement, third is discussion, and the last conclusion. So let me start for the introduction. For the introduction is education is one of everything and teacher is one of everything for student to give educate. The teacher is a person who have the proficiency about academic knowledge and who have a tool, technique, information that necessary to edify to the student. English is a tool of communication in the era of globalization because the key of successful of achieving the career of someone in the future. According to Hanyani 2016 stated that the role of English need both in mastering about communication technology and interaction directly. According to K, for the K said that one key of factor in successful implementation of English at international or EIL approach to teaching English is a teacher. To implement EIL, teacher need to learn and do lots of things. So the teacher role in teaching, especially teaching English, is in effect more than just teaching, as the education is changed from time to time. Teachers are demanded to become more flexible in teaching. Okay, let's move to the next slide. For this slide is about the problem statement. So for the problem statement I have two. The first one is what teacher role in traditional ELT practice and what teacher role that reflects EIL principle. Okay. So let's move to discussion. For the discussion, I forgot about the traditional teacher rule. Okay, the first one is the traditional teacher rule that reflects English language teaching principle or ELT. According to Richard, Rochas, and Brown, has divided the rule of teacher into 6 main points. Okay, the first main point is a need analysis. For the needs analysis is a preliminary stage of designing course, syllabus, material, and a sort of educational activity that take place. Needs analysis is a significant factor that used to discover and negotiate in language teaching. So for the teacher should survey students about the progress of them. Maybe they have improved or negative about the process. So teacher will use the information that they survey to be different to develop their plan, their lesson plan, and to develop syllabus in the future. So the second of teacher role is a material developer. Teacher write their own material, and then for the material maybe select from public material and then adapt for the source according to curriculum learner needs, teaching style, and social cultural factor like this. And next For the third, teacher role is a monitor and assessor of student learning. Teacher take this role to see how well students are performing. For the feedback and correction of organized and carried out by teacher. There are a variety of ways teacher can grade the learner, and the rule of assessor give teacher an opportunity to correct the learner. The teacher continue assess the student in learning in order to monitor about their process or lack of process, and then use the information as the basic for the developing remedial lesson, revision course material, or introduction a new teaching methodology, and then other the course improvement purpose. And the fourth research role is a punter. In the class of second language, teacher often play the punting role when the students are not sure about the performance, about the test, or how to respond to the question. During the oral test work, for example, a student may be struggle for words to express themselves or may lose their train about their thoughts. The teacher can offer advice or some suggestion about the words or phrases, yes, to organize the idea of student. And then the five teacher role is the participant. For this role is improve about the atmosphere in the classroom when teacher take part at activity support to be the participant but not teacher. Okay, taking this role will allow the teacher to understand the student better, not only in terms of how they learn and process information, but also in terms of kind of different they encounter in their learning. So this participant, teachers should be taking part with activity, for example, in the class of speaking, in the role play. Teacher may be taking part with the drama, like a set about the one character or as a prayer. For this role will make student relax about stressful, and it will make student feel comfortable, and then they will show their performance about English speaking as well. And for the last teacher role is the resource. Teacher resource is a kind of resource center ready to offer help even necessary to provide the learner and with the whether language they lack and when the performing communicative activity. This teacher role is particularly relevant when the students are working individual following the periods of instruction but still need help from teacher. Okay, for example, in the class when teacher stand by or preparing class presentation, teacher maybe need teacher to advise or give some suggestion about the words, about the phrases to organize and to make a dialogue. Which one is suitable? Which one is more to present? And then this method will give the presenter to get about the attendance from the audience. So next, okay, let's move to next slide. This slide is talking about the teacher role that reflects EIL principle. There are many of roles that teacher can assume to help them in achieve their teaching goals. The actual goals they take and the way they interpret this role depend on many factors. For example, kind of school that teacher work, their personality, teaching style, their cultural background, and teaching methods they use. According to K 2012, they have a set of EIL oriented teacher role. Okay, the first one is the promote of intercultural competence. Second is promotion of awareness of other variety of English. Third is the promotion of multilingualism in classroom, and the last is the promotion of instructional material. So let me discuss for the first is a intercultural competence. For the intercultural competence is the ability to function effectively across culture, to think and act appropriate, and to communicate and learn with the people who come from different cultural background. For the intercultural competence is a provide for parts. Okay, the first one is the skill. For the skill is a reasoning, critical thinking, analyze and observing. Second is the attitudes. For the attitude is the openness, expect discovery and curiosity. And thus is the culture. For the culture is identity, belief, value and self-awareness. And for the last is the communication. For the communication is a non-verbal behavior, literacy, dialogue, and language. In a EIL classroom, teacher does not just only take a role at the language teaching, who have responsible for help students to develop their linguistic competence, but also in the cultural, teacher is a person who helps students to acquire intercultural communicative competence by fostering ability to use English to communicate with the people who is speaker of English from linguistic core and culturally variety of background. And the fourth second is awareness of other variety of English. For this, it has a variety of linguistic item with a similar contribution. With this definition, the nation variety such as Canadian English, regional variety such as London English, and English used by the football commentator. One of key role of teacher to promote inner circle quality of English. So English is spoken by 3 distinct of language users due to spreading of English around the world. These 3 groups of speaking are made up of these who speak English as a native language, foreign language, and second language like this. So let me move to the next. Okay, for the next is a modernism modernism in classroom. For the multilingual classroom is a class where the learner speak variety of first language. Okay, in the context of EIL, it is more appropriate in most distant for the teacher who promote the bilingualism or multilingualism. This is because it is neither realistic nor desirable to product no monolingual use of new English. In many ELT contexts, It is a fact desirable to equip learner of English with ability to use both of English and mother tongue with easily in case of point when students later work as an interpreter or translation where they should develop high degree of proficiency in both language so they can progress the information from one language to another with easily and fully. And for the last is instructional material. For the instructional material is a tool used in educational lesson, which includes active learning and assessment. For the basically any resource a teacher used to help them to teach their student in the instructional material. In EIL setting, one would expect to find instructional material to represent the world culture, not just these from the inner circle country. However, despite the growing of awareness of the role English as international material often reflects the culture of native English-speaking country. Okay, for the conclusion. For the conclusion is after discussion above, report that in teaching and learning English as international is a process that teacher taking an important role to educate to the learner in education area. The researcher is discussed about the traditional teacher role in teaching ELT and teaching EIL. For example, for the ELT is a needs analyze, material developer, monitor and assessor. For EIL is a promote of intercultural competence, awareness of other variety of English than mother lingua in the classroom. For the English has now often a status of global language. There is a need of teachers should critically examine their pedagogical practice and adjust their role so that they are more in keeping with the principle that underlie teaching of English as global or international language. Okay, that's all for my presentation. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you.